All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to shrink ourselves down, way, way down, to follow the absolutely incredible journey of a single red blood cell as it zooms through the superhighways and tiny side streets of the amazing city that is your body. Have you ever just stopped and wondered how you work? I mean, what is it that powers your brain to have an idea or your legs to sprint across a field? Well, it all comes down to this amazing delivery system that's working inside you right this second. I want you to imagine your body is a giant, bustling city. And for that city to work, it needs a massive network of roads to deliver supplies and pick up the trash from every single building. That network? That's your circulatory system. And believe me, it is the busiest highway system on the planet. So, to see how this incredible city works, we're going to follow one of its best delivery drivers, a little red blood cell we'll call Ruby. Her adventure begins at what we'll call Central Station, but you probably know it as your heart. Okay, our adventure kicks off as Ruby gets blasted out of the heart and onto the biggest, strongest roads in the entire body city. And these are not just any old roads. Nope, these are the superhighways built to handle some serious, serious pressure. These superhighways are called arteries. And here's a super easy way to remember what they do. Arteries always carry blood away from the heart. A for artery, A for away. It's that simple. And they need to have really thick, strong walls to handle that powerful push from the heart that kicks off the whole journey. So let's break this down. This chart shows you the big differences between the main roads in our city. Arteries are heading away from the heart, so they have thick, muscular walls because they're under super high pressure from each pump. Now, veins, on the other hand, they handle the return trip, are under much lower pressure, so their walls can be thinner. And we'll see why that matters in just a bit. Think of it like this. Every heartbeat throws blood out with this incredible force, kind of like a star quarterback launching a football. Well, the first arteries to get that blood, the elastic ones, they have to be super stretchy. They act just like a catcher's hands, absorbing that initial whoosh of pressure so the flow evens out. But once that first blast of pressure is handled, the job changes. As you get further from the heart, the arteries get more muscular. So now, instead of just catching the blood, they're actively pushing it along. They're like the running backs of the body city, squeezing and pushing and directing the flow down all the right paths. And here's a wild fact for you. Because these arteries are all about speed and pressure, they don't actually hold much blood at once. In fact, at any given moment, only about 10% of your body's total blood supply is zooming through them. So where's the rest of it? Okay, so Ruby has been cruising down the superhighways, but to make her delivery, she can't just stay on the highway, right? She has to take an exit ramp, get onto the smaller, local roads that lead to every single house and business in the city. It's time to hit the neighborhood streets. These neighborhood streets are called capillaries. And let me tell you, tiny does not even begin to describe them. The word capillary actually comes from the Latin word for hair-like, because these vessels can be even thinner than a single strand of your hair. They are by far the smallest blood vessels you've got. In fact, capillaries are so incredibly narrow that our hero Ruby and all of her red blood cell friends have to totally change their shape and line up in a single file line just to squeeze through. It's like a one-lane road where all the delivery trucks have to go one by one. And that single file line is exactly why capillaries are so amazing. It's here that the real mission happens, the great exchange. As Ruby squeezes through, she drops off her precious cargo, a package of oxygen. Your body's cells need this to create energy. Then she picks up their garbage, a waste product called carbon dioxide. And this whole process is unbelievably fast. Seriously, it's like a race car pulling into a pit stop. In just a split second, it gets new tires, a full tank of fuel, and it's back on the track. In the capillaries, your body's cells get their oxygen fuel and get rid of their waste, all in the blink of an eye. All right, Ruby's delivery is complete. She dropped off the oxygen, picked up the carbon dioxide. She can't just hang out in the neighborhood forever. It's time to head the road again and head all the way back to Central Station to get ready for her next trip. These return roads are called veins, and like we saw in that chart earlier, their job is to bring blood back towards the heart. The pressure here is way lower, which makes the journey home a much more relaxed trip compared to that high-speed rush through the arteries. But hang on, with lower pressure, how does blood keep from flowing backward, especially when it's fighting gravity coming up from your legs? Well, the solution is just brilliant. Veins have these tiny one-way doors called valves. Blood can easily push through on its way to the heart, but if it tries to slide back, the doors swing shut and block the way. No entry. And here's another cool trick. The veins, especially in your arms and legs, are kind of woven through your muscles. So every time you run or jump or even just walk around, your muscles give those veins a gentle squeeze. This push helps shove the blood right past those one-way valves and keeps it moving on its journey home. So this means veins aren't just roads, they're also kind of like holding tanks. Remember how only about 10% of your blood is in the high-speed arteries? Well, get this. A massive 70% of your blood can be found right here in the veins at any one time, just making a slow and steady journey back to the heart. And there you have it. Ruby has made a complete circuit. We've seen the whole road system in action. So let's quickly review the main rules of the road for our body city, shall we? So let's recap Ruby's travel diary. She started on the arteries. Those are the high-pressure highways carrying blood away from the heart. Then she squeezed through the teeny-tiny capillaries to make her crucial oxygen delivery. And finally, she traveled the low-pressure veins with their helpful one-way valves to get back home. It's this incredible teamwork between all the parts that keeps every bit of you alive and working. And you know, just like real roads, your body's roads need to be taken care of. Getting exercise helps with that muscle squeeze we talked about. Eating healthy food gives your body the best building materials. And getting plenty of sleep, well, that gives your road crew time for repairs. It all keeps the whole system running smoothly. And so, Ruby's mission is accomplished. She's back at the heart, where she'll quickly visit the lungs to drop off her carbon dioxide cargo and pick up a fresh supply of oxygen. And then, she's ready to do the whole incredible trip all over again, a journey that happens millions of times every single day inside of you. So I'll leave you with this question. Knowing how hard Ruby and all her little friends work for you, what's one healthy choice you can make for your body's amazing roads today? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.